Put up. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready right now. She's over here getting dressed up and everything. uh, yeah, we're going to be talking about summer and exactly what she's doing, getting dressed. We're going to be talking about dress codes here today.
Oh, the marshal's out.
Yes, and what happened in Central Park? We're going to be talking about that too, all here on the LDM Show. So don't go nowhere.
Stay tuned.
Step into the light where the stories glow. The laughter's high and the vibes just flow. Community heartbeats, we're here to show. This is the rhythm of the LDM show. We bring the news, we bring the fun. From the rising moon to the morning sun. Relationships tight where the good vibes run. The LDM show where it's all begun.
Why we got sad song going on?
Who died?
You clicked on a sad song? Like,
Oh, Dito.
we got a sad song clapping on here. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys like our new song now, because LDM Show is where is that? So, you know, that. Oh, my bad. I was making sure we have sound here.
Oops, folks. Oops.
But yeah, we got a lot of good things going. First of all, I want to shout outs to the park people and NYPD. We are getting together to do some good outdoor events. So some of the events that we used to do are going to come back. Stay tuned. Watch the LDM network for upcoming events that we're going to be doing, and the LDM radio. So watch out for that. But
Good times.
yeah, we're going. Oh my God, this like we were just having a quick meeting about the dates, and we were like, oh my God,
Food, music.
laughter. We're gonna have so much stuff what we used to do. Come back and do it again, in between everything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but busy is what we're trying to be.
Exciting.
You know. So, but we got some good topics today. But I, breaking news.
Oh.
The put the volume up then. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Hood people do it again. They
Okay,
struck
so
again.
when was this?
Central Park just opened their doors on
Last Friday, right?
Friday afternoon, hood people want to fight.
That's the one on 110,
We
right?
cannot take you out anywhere.
Is that you guys' pool? You guys' closest pool, 110?
No, there's pools all over the place. But since Central Park just opened up, everybody wanted to go there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I heard.
It's like, because Central Park
It's
pool
like
area
for 5
is
years
where,
or something?
yeah, where the
Since
decent people are
COVID?
at.
I mean, some.
Well, there's more. There's more.
No, there's more.
There's more than if it was upper, like towards the park area, you know, where the lake and all that is. But these are, when you go down there, when I go down there a lot to hang out and just, I don't really see all the hood people in that area. You know, because the turtle area
Not in
is
that
there.
area,
Yeah,
no.
the turtle.
There's
So now,
family, you know.
listen,
And now, if you go after dark or at dusk, you're gonna see some different
Yeah.
stuff.
but
I've seen more than
but
I'd
get-
like to.
But look at this. It didn't happen only once. It happened twice, Friday and Saturday.
Same people?
Both at the 4 o'clock or the 3 o'clock.
Yeah, after they clean the
When they
pool at
clean it,
3.
yeah, the second bunch that
4 to
comes in.
7.
The second bunch.
Yeah, 4 to 7.
The second bunch tells me it's kids, teenagers. You know what I mean?
Nah, maybe it's older people.
You think so?
Yeah, like older teenagers, maybe. Like adult teenagers. You know.
They
what I
know
mean?
adult teenager. You a teenager.
19,
He said
18,
adult teenager.
18, 19, I guess.
They still teenagers. You got
Yeah.
the teen in there.
They're old enough to have children, okay?
Well, you're old enough to have children at 12,
Yeah.
13. So
Or
oh.
7, unfortunately.
Depends on when you become a woman.
Circle of life.
Yeah, we're not going to explain that because it's been taking a long time to explain what a woman is. We're not going to explain everything else. So I just had to say that. But
Gender confusion.
yes, it's just like we cannot just have fun. This is why they close a lot of the places
So
down.
is it closed down or not?
No, they might close it down. You never know.
It's open right now.
You know what I think? Charge. charge people to go to the pools.
Yeah.
The only people
You're
that
gonna
will
wean
go
out.
to the
You're
pool.
gonna wean out some serious
Yes, you will.
a-holes.
You
know?
will. $20.
Because nobody wants to spend money to get kicked out.
Exactly.
It's true. That's how some developments do in like New Jersey and stuff. Like you got a community pool for the development or whatever. You got to show ID that you live there or something like that.
Yes, and there's some that if you don't live there,
In
they
Westchester, it's like that. You can't go to the pools if you're not a
resident.
Resident.
Or
Right,
family member or
exactly.
something. Yeah.
You know, and then if you do go, they charge you.
Yeah.
You know, and
there's no trouble.
they need to.
There might be some talking smack every once in a while, but there's no emergencies where the police need to be called.
It's getting
Or
a little.
security or anything like that, you know.
It's too ridiculous. It's very ridiculous when you're having fights, and it's the first day.
How do you have fights when it's hot and there's water? I don't understand what you're fighting about. Get in the water and shut up.
It had to be. It had to be. Someone jumped in.
There's no phones allowed, right?
Nope. You can't have phones, so you don't
So
really know
what
what
are we
happened.
arguing about?
Well, it was someone that probably jumped in the water, hit somebody, and said, "Why are you jumping in the water? Why are you in the pool?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a pool. You
Then
know someone's
move
gonna jump.
over.
I don't know.
I don't know. It shouldn't be like that. It really shouldn't. That means that there's nothing for you. You can't have fun now. You ruin it for everyone.
Yeah.
But the pay thing, I like that.
Yeah, just charge them. You see that anything that I say, anything that is free, you're gonna have some issues.
Oh, you're gonna have everybody.
You're gonna have issues. So maybe charge. This is
Every
Central Park, so no one can get mad.
Yeah.
It's a nice
Even
area.
the boats aren't free. So.
Yeah, so come on, calm down. They're trying to do us a favor and build this right back up.
I think people take it for granted.
Yeah, this generation.
You know, like definitely no respect whatsoever. Not everybody has a pool, folks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like people in the Midwest and stuck out there in the boonies where there's no internet and whatnot.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. There was even a video.
Navajo land, they don't have pools.
There was even a video of these hood kids
Of course.
taking buckets, throwing it at people as they walking by, laughing, thinking it's funny. I'm gonna tell you.
I seen the water guns. Sometimes I'd be like, "Come on, you escort me."
No. But I think they heard the situation wrong. They heard us, the parents, saying, "Oh man, I remember no one was safe when they came out. They all got wet." What we meant was no one that we know was safe. Everybody in the building was never safe. You come out of the building, if I know you and we're friends and the pump is open, you're getting wet.
Okay.
They took it to the extreme. They was wetting delivery people with food.
Pranks. Yeah.
That's stupid. That's just downright stupid. Yeah.
They're trying to get views. The more extreme you
No,
get.
but it was no cameras. The what took them was the camera in the store.
The CCTV, yeah.
So you're doing stupid things. I
We
don't
used
understand.
to throw water balloons and stuff like that off the roof, like.
Yeah, I can't. I don't want to. Then it messes up what I just said.
See?
No, but again, the water balloons, I used to throw it at the crackheads. You know what I'm saying? When crack started coming out and they were selling in front of my building, we used to go and throw water balloons. You know, but not to delivery people. That they delivering food. Now the food is all soaked. Now they got to go back. They losing money. This is not a joke. It's not something funny. Keep it to your friends that are in the building. Because I remember anybody in our building that we were close friends with, you couldn't get it wet. I remember my wife came the first year. I told her stay inside because I'm going to go outside with the neighbors, and we all had houses. There's all houses there. It's not buildings, and I'm going to probably get wet. So she was like, "But they're not going to wet me. They don't know me like that yet." I said, "They know me, and they know that you're with me.
Right.
You're going to get wet."
Yeah.
Exactly what happened. The girls looked at her and said, "Hi, welcome to the neighborhood."
Ah,
They grabbed her. Boom, she got into the pump.
Isn't that nice? That's nice. That's a nice welcoming.
Yeah, but that was because it was neighbor. We don't do it to strangers.
Yeah.
Stop doing it to strangers.
That's
Stop
a different type of boundary.
And then what would happen if you would have wet that one?
Or if you got shot.
That's what I'm saying. You wet
You might
the
get
wrong
shot by
one.
some mental health victim, on
And
the
who's
subway.
on the wrong?
Both of them.
I'm not gonna stick up for the one that wet them. I'm gonna go for the mental person.
Of course, everybody's gonna be like, "Well, they should have known."
You should have known better. You don't know that person.
No,
You know what I mean?
should've known.
He's already frustrated that he's have to work so hard. Now you wet him. Now he don't make that money. He's gonna get frustrated, start shooting you guys. This is what's gonna happen. We need to. I'm not gonna say we need to bring those people back. But.
Gangsters.
No, but we remember back in the days they had those people where, you
cross the line.
You cross the line, it was done.
Yeah.
Road rage was never a
They
thing.
still got those people.
No, but those road rage people now are not like the back in the days.
No, 'cause
back in the
they
days,
get
road
raged
rage
at-
people
at
were
bullshit.
road rage.
Yeah, they get raged at bullshit that is just unnecessary. They're too angry.
Yeah.
No.
So stop. Like I said, you want to go to Central Park, go through the morning times with your kids, because I think the kids would go with their families, the teenagers and the adults. And I seen someone comment and said, "Oh, the adults need to teach the kids." No, I bet you any dollar bet some of the adults were there. Some of their parents
yeah.
were there
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're ratchet as well.
Oh yeah. You learn that in the house.
You learn that in the house and outside. They were like, "Oh, if your parents was there, they won't be doing that." No, if their parents were there, the parents.
is right here.
Yeah, that's the lady that's screaming in the
You got
back,
3 generations sitting right there.
screaming and yelling. You know what I mean? Grandma screaming and yelling too. Mom, the daughter, the son. You know what
Grandpa
I mean?
got his swimming trunks sagging.
Please. It's learned in the
No
house.
flip flops, got Jordans.
It's learned in the house and it's showed in because things that are learned in the house, I don't like that phrase. Oh, you learned it from your parents in the house. No, you don't. You learned it from your parents by seeing them doing it. You know what I mean? So if your parents was ratchet like that and screaming at everybody, you gonna do it.
Yeah, you are.
So, but anyway, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, we talked about Starbucks, how they were complaining that they don't want to dress the way they say. And, it was all these binary people screaming and yelling.
So what's the issue there?
Well, they won the case. Of course they were going to win the case. If you don't like the way a company tells you to dress, don't work there.
yeah, there's been a uniform forever.
Everywhere you go, there's some type of uniform.
Right.
Oh, they don't like the
code.
way they told us to wear their pants up. Well, then don't work there. That's a
Right.
simple,
That's it.
like, you know how many simple things you can do in life?
It's very simple. Like
Simple. I don't like the bus, then don't take it. This train is going so slow, then walk.
Oh,
You know what I mean? There's
yesterday-
always something you can do.
yeah, I
You
couldn't
don't like
walk
the
yesterday,
uniforms?
though.
You don't like the uniforms, don't work there. Well, they won.
Right. That's
And-
the main thing you know when you get into a job, like what the uniform is,
Yeah.
what's the dress code.
But I didn't know. I was reading a little more into it. Their argument was telling people that they telling them to wear regular clothes and they charging you a lot of money for coffee. Like the customers didn't care. They still kept going to Starbucks. They don't care for your little shenanigans about wearing a suit and wearing a not a suit. That's your problem. Give me my coffee.
No, as
You know
long
what I
as
mean?
you're
Like,
clean.
give me my coffee. But
So is the money going towards the like? What is that the argument?
no, the uniform was given to them like every other place.
Okay.
They just don't
That's
want. They
part
want
of
to
the
wear what
budget?
they want to wear to work. That's the problem.
That's not that type of job.
No, it's not. It's not. Like again, people with tattoos, you can't really have them in a doctor's office because people look at them.
It's a little, yeah. it's
People without
uncomfortable.
tattoos, like if I got no tattoos, like I have none at all. Picture me in a tattoo place talking about, yeah, I can do your tattoos real good. They're gonna look at you like,
What's your experience?
they were like, you don't even got one tattoo.
You got one on your butt or something?
They're like, you don't even know how it feels or how it looks. Nah, we
At
good.
all. No piercings or nothing.
So if you were a waiter, like how many places they have all the waiters in black, right? Like
Yeah.
basically, right?
Yeah.
So
or a white shirt.
right, come on now. Security guards wear that. This is the way we know who's who.
I would like police to wear a uniform. I would like security to wear a uniform. I would like the nurse to wear a uniform for sure. Like a stethoscope sometimes isn't enough. Like I need you to
See, if you go to a place that they don't have uniforms or at least a vest,
or jacket.
you get in trouble like my wife did, and they asked her, "Do she have a certain shoe size?"
What?
we were at Target.
Oh, your shoes?
And I was bothering her. I was like, "Miss, do you have this one in a certain size?" She was like, "No, I don't." I said, "Well, then you need to get it in a certain size because my son needs that shoe." She was like, "Listen," I was acting like a Karen. Well, we were playing around. Some lady came and said, "Excuse me, do you have this?" But I'm like, we're in Target. Don't Target people got vests on?
Right.
She don't have a red shirt.
She
She
didn't
don't have
any
nothing.
red, nothing.
So you were just being a sheep and following
Blindly.
me blindly and didn't even realize. Yeah. She was like, oh, and that one I was like, why? Because she's Asian? Like, why couldn't she work here? Like,
Here we go. That would have been a good answer, though.
no, right?
Yeah.
No, but it was so funny, you know. It's like, yeah, and that's why too, because she was moving a box that was not, this box don't belong here. No, you don't belong here. Get over there.
It's true.
You don't work
That's
here.
true.
So, but every place need uniforms. So, like, you go to a
You
doctor.
need to
You imagine
identify
you going
people.
to a hospital and talking about, yeah, go see that doctor. Which one? They all
With
got.
all his tattoos and chest hair
Yeah,
out? No.
they all got. They got short pants.
I don't want to see that when I'm talking about something sensitive. You know what I mean? Inside of my body. I do
Yeah.
not want to see all your tattoos.
I want to
and
see the
chest
lab
hairs.
coat, like you're a scientist, but you're a doctor.
Right.
That's what I want to see.
Button it up.
You know? and how you can tell a scientist from a doctor?
The stethoscope.
Exactly.
The stethoscope.
The scope. Scientists
I
don't wear
thought the
scope.
scientists would have crazy hair.
Right.
Or the scientists, because the scientists got glasses and they
He
look all
blinded
tired.
them with science.
They're all tired.
It's
No,
alive.
but that's how you can tell, you know? Or go to the doctor. If he has, you know, the scope on, you'll be like, okay, that's a doctor. If he doesn't, you're going to be like, who? You're talking about the blood person that takes the blood? Like, you don't even...
Who, the X-ray technician?
Yeah, the x-ray... This is why, but you know they work in the hospital.
Right.
So,
This is
Starbucks,
standard.
I'm with you. If you, matter of fact, if I go to a Starbucks, which I never will, even if I'm rich, because I'm not spending $5, $6
But why
on
wouldn't
coffee.
you want to be affiliated with that job? Like, they have green. You got to put something green on TGIF Friday. You got to wear crazy
right?
suspenders. Like,
Tell a person I work. Tell a person I work. Why you think in some places they tell you if you're on your lunch break, take your uniform off?
oh, I take my ID off when I'm on my break because
you
I
gotta
like
take
to
the.
smoke.
Well, if you have a uniform, you're still in ID.
That's what I mean.
a
I
big-
take it off.
A
when
big
I'm on
vest
break.
saying Target, talking about I work today. Well, then get out of Target.
I get as far away
Get out of Target.
as possible, you know? I don't
Yeah.
want anybody asking me questions. I don't want anybody, you know, being offended by what I'm doing in their identification or whatever. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like
No, listen.
I'm representing no one.
I
right
used to
now.
always say that when I take a break, I used to go to the back in the storage room, or I used to leave. Like when
Yeah.
I worked in the mall, I used to leave.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit there and then you talk. Now I really have to help you because I'm still
Yeah.
technically working.
Yeah, it's not really too much of a break sometimes.
So Starbucks, like I said, if I ever go there, because I'm not spending $5 on a drink, but if I ever go there, I ain't answering to no one that don't have a uniform on. So
Or you could go to a regular old mom and pop barista coffee shop in Brooklyn or something.
yeah, I just go to my kitchen.
They don't wear uniforms.
I go to my kitchen. I don't wear a uniform. I got Mr. Coffee. Mr.
You could be naked if you wanted.
Mr.
No,
Coffee
but
only
even
got
the
one
small
uniform.
cafes, they have like some sort of apron or something.
They usually have an
that
apron.
has,
Something
yeah,
identifying that they're
that
behind
they're
the counter.
a part of the thing.
Right.
Exactly. So, you know, it's just like when I wear the red vest and I stand in front of a restaurant and people give me the keys to their car. It ain't my problem that I don't work there, but I had the uniform.
Throw you the keys.
Imagine that.
Take care of this for me, will you, buddy?
Right. You have a red vest and they just say, sir, here, park this.
Right.
Okay, I'm next to a restaurant with a red vest.
I
yeah,
saw
I do
that
look
on
like
something.
a free car, free drive. But
He gave it to me. Hey, Ronaldo. Uh-oh.
you have to go to Restream on the web. Hey, Ronaldo, ¿cómo está?
We'll get you.
Yeah, let me go here. Saludos. Yeah, go to the website and put Restream chat. That's what I did yesterday. But anyway, there was another video out there, because I was looking at videos this week, of a female goes on her video and says, I can't believe that this lady want to be all selfish and disrespectful because I want to trade places with her seat so I can be next to my husband.
Oh,
In the
because they're
airplane.
separated. Yeah, but you have to pay for that.
No, I don't care if I got to pay for it or not. What that got to do with me?
Right.
I pay for my seat. If you ask me, hey, can we switch? and I
Somebody's
say no,
entitled.
If I say no, then it's no. What the hell?
Wait a minute. Get your freaking seats straight. Like, don't get your last minute seats and expect it,
knew you were
or
not
get
gonna
first
sit
class. Sorry.
You knew you were not going to sit with each other.
Right, you knew this. Maybe somebody will
You
switch
had-
with us.
You had A and he had C. You knew someone else was in
He
C.
had F.
Oh, it's off. My mic just turned off. Maybe because I was doing. Oh, because I was talking to you, and then I came back. But anyway, it probably pick her up on her mic. But if you buy a ticket and you brought A and there's B and C, now your husband and you got A and C.
Yeah,
You know
one's
that
in the
someone
front,
else,
Other one's in the back.
because we buy 3-seaters, A, B, and C, to make sure that we're gonna sit with each other.
Yeah.
If
You
you're not
make-
gonna
you have
sit
to
with
make
each
the
other,
effort.
then book the next flight.
Right.
Matter of fact, we had to take a different flight because of the plane situations. Everybody had to take a different flight. So now I was sitting like way in the front. They were in the back. So the lady, the stewardess asked one of the old ladies, "Can he sit here because his wife is here?" She said no. I honestly got a little upset, because I was like, "But your family's over there. Wouldn't you want to sit next to them and let
Just
me
being
sit?"
stubborn.
But that's why I was a little mad. She didn't do it because she didn't want
being
to.
a
She
dick.
was just being stubborn. That's why I was a little upset. But I said, okay, no
Just to
problem.
be spiteful.
I sat where I had to sit because I can't really complain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I complained it to the airline because I said, you see, I paid to be sitting next to my family. Now because of your screw up, I'm
Yeah,
not.
Right.
So, but when you do it, hey, listen, if I'm by myself and you want to sit next to
yeah.
your wife,
Make the effort to
I'll probably
be
give it to 'em.
organized.
I'll give it to him. I'll be like, no problem. You can have your seat next to your wife. I have no problem
How much
with
is
that.
it worth to you?
You know what I'm saying? Cash app.
How
what
long
you
is
want.
this? Is a 20-hour flight?
Yeah,
oh.
this is a 20-hour. You want me to sit? You know I'm tall, right? You want me to sit where you were sitting? Oh, okay.
$20 is a good start for the first hour.
You know? if she's a pretty wife, I'll be like, don't worry about it. I'll take care of her. She can sit next to me. You know what I mean? You're a
boy.
single person on the plane? Come on. And any possibility, money.
Hey, if you feel so entitled, get your stuff situated in first class.
Yeah, but she made a video saying that the other girl was so
she
selfish.
was at fault. Yeah.
It was her fault.
No, she paid for that seat. She paid for it.
You know? And then you know how some people love the aisle seats.
Right.
They don't wanna switch.
Or the window.
They don't want to switch with you to
Yeah.
a middle seat.
They made an effort to pick that seat.
Because I don't like the middle seat for nothing.
I hate it.
I don't even really like the aisle seats too much if I'm with strangers.
I'd rather be in the
Because
aisle
you-
than the middle.
No, because you got to get up. Pee break. Oh
That's
my God.
fine.
Pee break.
I don't like climbing over somebody, especially if they're too big to they got to get out. You
Then
know?
I-
I
listen.
go to the bathroom frequently.
If I'm sitting in a row with 3 strangers, with 2 other strangers, I mean, and I'm in the aisle, and there's a big person in my same side, I'm like, yo, you want to switch?
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're going to be taking pee breaks and blubber all over my face. No, we ain't doing
No,
this.
you got to get up.
We ain't doing this. We ain't doing that. No, you know.
You got to get
Except
up.
for the sound effect.
It's priceless.
You know? But if I'm in the window and there's some 2 pretty girls by themselves, I'm pee breaking all the time. Even when, oh, sorry. You know what? I don't even have to pee break.
Dirty Harry over here.
Dirty Harry. Oops, the plane pushed me. Sorry about that. Sir, you want to
laying
put
on them, falling asleep and drooling.
you want to put the zipper up, sir? Oh, my bad. It always comes down.
Ew. Then the marshal comes out.
And then the marshal comes. No,
Beats your ass.
the funny part about it is the one of the girls is the marshal.
Yeah. Really.
Sir, if you do it one more time, show me the badge. Oh, my bad.
Let me see something one more time.
No, but you're not entitled for a seat.
Unless
you
you
did
pay
not
for
pay
it.
for it.
Yeah.
You pay for it. You got to deal with you knew you had A and C. Come on now.
Well, they're used to trying stuff like that.
Yeah, because they don't want to pay for 2 seats, so they pay sometimes separate tickets because sometimes it's cheaper
Maybe
that way.
somebody will switch with them.
Yeah. Keep hoping. But
Bat those eyelashes a little bit more.
yeah. But listen, it's graduation, so a lot of the kids
Congratulations.
are leaving. 18 years
Leaving the
old.
nest?
They about to kick the nest and everything. But I seen another video with a girl saying that she is upset because her mom is always telling her what to do, and her
18-year-old?
dad dad is saying this and that. I'm 18. I have my independent.
Then leave.
Listen, first of all, you do not have independence if you're dependent on someone else. Let me tell you that again for the people in the back of the church. You do not have independence if you're depending on someone else's
You don't pay
to
for
take
your
care of you.
food, your rent, your gas,
Nothing.
your
So that means
school,
you're not independent.
education. Somebody else is paying for that stuff, then you're not independent.
Move out, you have all the independence you want. But, you know, just like the law in the United States, if you come to my house, you live by my rules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know how many times your parents said that? If you knew that for 18 years, your parents kept telling you
Yeah,
that.
why should you be able to do whatever you want in somebody else's house?
Yeah. No, but I love that word when they say, but I'm independent now. No, you're 18
No,
now. You're not
right.
independent because you still
You're
have
an
someone
adult
to depend on.
legally, but it doesn't just happen
Really?
like that.
18, you're adult?
Legally, yeah.
No,
here.
21.
No, well, you're legally able to drink, but 18
Yeah.
you gotta be to smoke cigarettes, I think, right?
Yeah, but you're legally adult at 6. You're legally adult at 16 because you can get a driver's license.
No, 18.
Oh, wait, no. You're legally adult at 2 because you can change your gender. No? So when is it? Because so many... So you're legal, you're an
They've
adult.
always been able to do that, like with hermaphrodites. They've been doing that.
So when is an adult? Because you...
I don't think
20
I could do it as a baby.
Listen, 18,
Right.
16, you could, yeah.
legal.
You can leave the house. 21, you can smoke.
Smoke,
But 25 is the legal age to go to places.
It used to
25
be
is like to rent and everything. So
Right.
you're not an adult until...
25. Your own insurance.
Yeah. So legally, it should just say legally, you're not an adult until 25 because that's when you can get everything and anything.
True.
So stop with this 16, I can do this, but 18, I can do that. But when the sun is on the left-hand side in the north, I can't. No. Just say 25.
During leap year,
Yeah, during leap year is good. I can have 5 wives and the 2 that. No.
and if I become Christian now,
Yeah. But wait, if you act now.
there's more. You get second one free.
Yeah, no, come on, man.
You
Just
get-
say
you get
legally
Judaism.
25. I think that's what they should start doing. 25 because.
So you'd be okay with having a 25-year-old child to take care of?
No. You still got to go to work. You still got the teenage
Oh.
programs that you can work
I don't
part-time.
mind Raiden staying until his.
No, she doesn't.
He'll never leave.
Asian
He will
people,
never leave.
Asian people, you'll be like, oh, that's nice. You got your grandfather here? No, that's my son. 'Cause y'all both old. Like, yeah,
You're both old.
they be having generations of old people in their house, and you'd be like, no, that's the great grandma, the mother,
Yeah,
the
because
sister.
you got to take care of the parent.
They all taking care of each other. But yeah, pay for your own seats. Don't worry about it. You'll be good. That's all I got to say about that. Now, let's get to the nitty-gritty conversations. This is Love Corner time. Dun, 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 Love Corner. Now, we have to get something for that, right? We got to get some. We're not that broke. You know what I'm saying? We could get something.
Love.
But, all right. This video I seen of a girl, she had a point, but then she didn't have a
They
point.
got out of control.
Yeah, she went left. I was trying to help her out, but she went left. But anyway,
Too much
she
airtime.
said that her boyfriend gifted her a car, but she's like, it's not a gift if I gotta pay monthly payments.
It depends on what down payment he paid or what.
I don't care
insurance.
what he paid. I'm with her on this. You don't give me a car and then I gotta pay monthly payments.
Yeah,
That's not a gift.
Yeah.
Because
He
now you give
gifted
me
you an
extra-
obligation.
It's an extra
Yeah,
bill.
you gave me a gift. What's a gift that help me pay
Right.
bills?
Right.
That's not a gift.
Maybe
So I'm with
did
her.
he sign for it? Like
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm with her. I'm with her on that. But
Is
then
it in
she
his
went.
name?
She went left and said that he's supposed to be paying insurance and all that other stuff. Now you're overdoing it.
No.
You know what I mean?
the car. If
car,
the car's
yeah.
a gift, the car's a gift. You
It-
shouldn't pay out of pocket for any of
Because
that
that's
stuff
like
except
saying,
gas
yo,
and insurance.
here's a PlayStation as a gift, but you still owe Finger Hut $20 a month. No, like I didn't ask for this bill.
American
That's
Express said.
that's like winning. This is why a lot of people, you guys probably don't know. But if you win a car in any of these game shows, you still got to
Pay
pay.
the tax.
Why am I winning something, but I still got to pay? How did you know if I got the $10,000 of tax
Even the lotto.
and the paper?
The lotto. It's
But at least the lotto, they taking the money out. If I win a car in these game shows, you got to pay the taxes, the insurance, everything.
I don't want it.
So $10,000 to $20,000, and then they don't allow you to sell the car.
Oh, see, I was just gonna do that.
So you giving me a gift? I won, and all these stupid people. Hey, I want a brand new car.
There's got to be some
How many
fine
of them
print
kept
where you could sign that back. You know,
Give me the money. Give me the total
like
amount
of lesser
for the
value. Yeah, something.
Give me the total amount of that car, and not the wholesale price. The amount of that vehicle, because if I sell it, I'm
They're
going to
not
sell
gonna
it for
do it.
that.
It's cheaper for them. They're
That's
making
why-
money giving you the
why.
car.
That's why they don't want you to sell it.
Freaking scammers.
But do
Robbery.
you really think that's a gift?
It's an insult.
Some of the guys were like, well, at least he thought about giving you. No, he didn't think about nothing. He thought about getting some real quick, and it backfired.
That's very complicated, and good luck with that relationship.
Now, I'll give you a
That
fake.
whole situation.
I'll give you a fake check saying, here's a fake check
You
for a
won.
down payment on a vehicle. Here's your gift. Now you
Fake
know
check.
at least I got a down payment for a vehicle, but the payments itself is going to be mine. That is a gift. You can do that. Like, I'm going to give you a gift for the down payment of a vehicle that you choose.
Yeah, so be honest.
So
about
at least
what
I
you're
know.
giving.
But don't come outside, girl. I got a good present for you. And you got a bow and
bow on
everything.
it.
And then talking about, yeah, but you got to pay $200-$300 a month. That's not a gift.
I don't have it.
And I know there was a lot of guys that got pissed at me when I said, y'all guys are cheap because that's not a gift. Pay the whole car, now we're talking.
Or don't buy it.
Or just don't buy it.
something else.
Buy a Hot Wheel. You know what I mean? There's no payments on Hot Wheels.
Buy her a bicycle.
There we go. I gave you a
It's
yearly
energy efficient.
a yearly bill
Some
on
of these
the
hybrid bikes, man, they're bad.
I gave you a yearly thing on the city bike.
That's fun. That's a gift. That's
Hey.
actually a gift.
Listen, you paid for something where I don't have to worry about it.
Right.
You know? Now, what would be a cool gift that's out of the ordinary for a female? Well, let's say a decent female that appreciates anything. Like, I'll be like, here's a yearly payment of your Netflix or
Yeah, something like that, a bill, I guess.
A year Netflix. But that's a gift.
How much is that?
Well, then give her a card with all the free names of the sites. I'm doing you a favor. I'll give you a free. There's 2 or 3 that I don't want you to have because I want make sure I watch those movies first before you. But you know, these are the good ones that have them after me.
Give her one of those broken into.
Oh, the jailbreak
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Amazon Fire Sticks.
You gotta be smart about the money.
But there's gifts out there that
Or make it. If you're good with your hands, maybe you can
nah,
make it.
not in the women's today.
Like a Jesus carpenter. Or
Not in
something
the
like that?
not we ain't no carpenter. We're not Christians.
A wood. What do you call it? Wood carver.
wood
one of those
carver thing?
chainsaw wood carvers.
They don't even care if you took 20 hours to do it. So that's what you're gonna bring me. So you're gonna just bring me a dead tree that looks like a shape or something, huh?
A what?
A white woman? Yeah, you gotta get a decent
White.
woman.
White.
And not even that, because if you bring that, so you're just gonna bring me something that's gonna crash my whole house.
No, I
know?
would like it. Like, I mean, especially
I got
if it was
crystal
like,
glasses, and you're
even
gonna bring me a
ice.
wood.
Even something ice, it won't last, right? I would appreciate it. It'd be,
You know
take
what?
Pictures.
If
whatever.
you have a home dinner for a female,
It depends on the
they're gonna
female.
get pissed.
Really?
But a guarantee that you're like, well, then come to the house. You're gonna see. Give them a home dinner that they never expected. All right, fellas, this is
Like
what
a
I'm gonna tell you.
3-course, 5-course.
Yeah,
type of-
ask the girl out for dinner and say, I'm gonna cook. If she complains about it, do it again. And when she comes to your house, have a nice thing with the with the ice, sculpture, candle lights, your dinner that you cook.
Sculpture.
When she comes in, she's
Maybe a private chef instead of you cooking.
or either that. I don't care what it is, but something when she comes in the house, she's like, woo, panties fell and everything, right? Then you say, you see, this could have been for you last week, but since you are going to complain about it, you need to go because my real date is coming soon.
That's messed up.
That would be so cold.
That imagination of yours.
That would have been so messed up. She would have been like, what? Yeah, you were complaining about it, right? Oh, you
so elaborate.
You're so stingy. You don't want to cook, get food outdoors or nothing. You want to cook. Well, good.
You want to cook.
You know. Matter of fact, there she is. She's coming in her Uber that I paid for. So you want to leave? Thank you. Unless you're going to put in the maid outfit and then serve us. But this could have been you.
That'd
So
be kind of hot.
next time when I ask you for dinner in my home, you think about it, okay?
Like
you
I
know?
got a special uniform for the maid.
Yeah, right?
There is next time.
Well, there's maybe a next time. I'm just saying, if there is a next time that I ask you for home and, dinner at home,
3 times the charm.
But he already asked twice. And finally, she said yes the second time. She only got one more. So she had an attitude about it, so.
Well, maybe she'll cook for you the 3rd time. An apology.
That's rare. Does women cook nowadays?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, maybe anybody that doesn't live in the hood.
What, hood women don't cook?
I've been seeing so many videos that a lot of these women don't want.
Okay, so I understand that. Hot dogs and shit.
Yeah, but that's burning hot water. You know what I mean?
This is horrible.
But like, I was going to make you dinner,
Mac and cheese.
but by mistake, I burnt the hot water. So I can't make dinner.
Man. Let's see what we got. We got some
mac
sauce.
and cheese. We got Roman.
Yeah, we got some woman.
Listen, it's
Would
good.
you like shrimp flavor or chicken?
Is that your hood female voice?
Yeah. Because,
Hey, Apple, how's it going?
Bologna. I didn't notice until,
She's like, yeah. It's more like, yo, Poopy, you want Roman with that? What's
Every
up?
time I ask you want something to eat, you don't say nothing. Make sure you
Put some hot sauce on it. It's good. Don't worry about it. No, like I remember like people actually said, "Nah, don't go nowhere. I'll cook." That if any woman tells you that, that's a keeper.
Money.
That's
You're
a keeper.
saving money, right? Cooking at home, that's the thing. You save a few bucks.
Why not save money during the winter so you can take a real vacation during the summer, instead of a staycation, the hood word?
Oh, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
It's lazier, easier.
The only ones that I can say should say
less planning.
Yeah, well, there's people like myself that don't want to be around people, so staycation is perfect.
Right.
But don't say staycation because what you're really trying to say, you didn't have money to go out.
Oh, no. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got to go out like Griswolds.
Yeah. I'm gonna be on the vacation, turning off the TV, locking the doors, and it's all me by myself. That's a staycation,
Until he starts calling you, missing you. What you doing?
Mother and Sunday, I get vacation all the time. Mother and Sunday, I'm going to, when you leaving? 10? Oh, cool. I'll be like Tom Cruise, sliding on my underwears and stuff.
Unlock the safe.
Right? Sitting down.
Like Peter Griffin. Peter and his,
he
said, when are you leaving? How long are you going to be gone?
I'll be married with children, my hands in my pants, just watching TV, popcorn all over the place. They all left. That's my little vacation. Take it when I could, You got to take the little vacations when you can. Yeah. But, save money here and there. Right. That way you can take a vacation. Because it'll be cool you take somebody out for vacation. Be like, girl, what are you doing next weekend? All right, cool. We're going to go somewhere Friday, come back Sunday. You know what I mean? And they take it to the 42nd hotel. It's still, you're out.
I've done that before. Like you want to go out and have a night out or something like that, but
take it to a place where they have pool, like a hotel that has a pool or something. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It don't have
just
to be
for the night,
far away. A whole weekend just of you chilling in the pool area. Because sometimes we always said we look for hotels with the pool because sometimes we just want.
I like hotels with the pool.
Just swim a little bit.
Jacuzzi even better.
Oh my God! If it's a jacuzzi in the room,
they don't have them in
they don't,
like a lot.
They really don't.
I don't understand what happened to the pools. They still have the shitty motels, but they don't have.
What happened to those love rooms in the hotel that had the heart pool jacuzzis and stuff like that. When I was young, I used to be like, damn, I can't wait to go to these hotels.
Yeah, and use the little bed with the coin.
Yeah, now they don't have that, but
They still have those in some places. It's like, oh my God.
I haven't
does
seen
this
them.
work?
I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
I imagine people getting
Those are truck
massacred.
stops. Those are truck stop places. You put the little quarter.
No, you remember waterbeds though?
I
No, but
imagine
now-
watching them in CSI or Criminal
No,
Minds.
but
Blacklight.
nowadays you put a quarter in the bed and it flushes the toilet. Like their whole wiring and everything is all messed.
Mold everywhere.
You mold and everything. You got to come with black light.
Yeah.
You turn off the light in one of those truck motels, and the whole thing turns purple. Not little dots, the whole thing.
Crime scenes.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't trust those truck stop places. I'll sleep outside. I'm good.
That's why they have their own beds in the cabin.
I think that's why they made it. They was like, nah, we don't even trust those
Shower
places.
is enough. I can't imagine what that's like, but.
Yeah, I heard some truck drivers do that. They rent the rooms, but they don't sleep there, but they take a shower.
Oh wow.
They'll go in, take a quick shower, but they have their bed in their truck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we don't know. We don't know how to that. Charles can go on vacation all year long. He's cheap, so he saves money. Exactly why I save money, so I can go on vacation.
Yeah.
You know? No staycations.
He's got vacations saved up for years.
You got to do that. We saving up now for our next vacation. You know what I mean?
No,
Yep.
that's how you do it, really. That's how you do it.
That's why people be like, damn, you go out everywhere.
Because
we
you save money.
I tell you, I'm going to be the richest millionaire. I'll be in McDonald's talking about, what you got for the sales today? You know what I'm saying? You still got the dollar menu? Like, no. Come on now.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
Yep. I'm loving my dollar. You know what I'm saying?
No, because it's about being secure. Nobody wants to be worrying. I mean, some people like that life, like worrying all the time about where their next dollar is. I know for me, the older I've gotten, the less I like to worry about my finances.
Like
And physically, I like my comforts too. So I have to put aside money for that.
Right. They always say, oh, live like you're not going to live tomorrow. Yeah, but then what happens if I live tomorrow?
You're gonna be
Then I'm broke.
in the street.
No.
Oof. Sometimes I see street people and I'm like,
You got to
I don't know.
live like you are going to live tomorrow.
Yeah.
Make sure you got that money to pay the rents and all that stuff. Like
Yeah.
not like you're going to die
It's
tomorrow.
hard. It's hard out here.
That phrase needs to get cut off of the American language
because
there.
it's not relevant right now.
Nope.
It's about survival.
Apolloni said what?
You gotta have multiple hustles.
You got to do a lot. See that Burger King.
Creative and savage.
Yeah, no. Burger King got the good. You know what? I'm not even going to say
You guys
what
are making me
I'm not even
hungry.
going to say what Burger King got because they don't sponsor us. They might try to use our little words.
What you got? Sonic out there. Raising
never ate-
Cane's
I
is
never
coming
ate-
up.
Never ate Sonic.
No, there's a Sonic in
Raising
Not-
Cane's super expensive though.
Raising Cane's is expensive. Is it worth
Five
it?
brothers is
It
expensive
doesn't
too.
look impressive.
Five guys.
Five brothers. Three
Five,
bros.
Five bros is the pizza, right?
It's
Five
five
guys.
bros?
Yeah.
Get-
Five.
Now we should do $1, bro.
Five guys. Five guys are all the brothers. The three guys are the half brothers. So they don't even talk to them. I miss our Burger King run. Heck yeah. Me and Apple, every time we go get supplies and stuff for the events and stuff, we always stop at Burger King.
Nice.
I
could go for
that's
some Burger
our go-to place, the Burger King. We don't go all the time, so when we have that chance, Burger King is the spot.
That's what's nice about not splurging all the time. You get to have this once in a while,
Yeah.
feel goods.
No, but his is Golden Corral. That's his thing. That's his thing, boy. Let him breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He'll probably be there. He's like $6 all you can eat, and he talking about I'm cheap.
Is it really $6 all you
No,
can eat?
I don't know. I don't know how much. is
No,
it.
maybe like
Golden
twice as
Golden
much now.
Corral.
It's like
Apollonia, how much?
$20 maybe.
Yeah, right
I
next
think
to
it's
Will's
about
house.
$20.
There's Will got a park Chester right around. Oh damn! Now everybody gonna go be like, "Where's Will?" I know he's in one of these buildings.
Macy's.
Yeah. Oh, he got a Macy's right there too. He's closer to Macy's than he is to the Golden Corral. Yeah. Well, now not no more. But also,
July 18th.
Yep, is our next run. Also, going on the first date. I know we always talk about first dates and stuff like that.
What age?
Now there's this girl that was complaining that the guy spent a lot of money on his dinner, and all he said was, "Can you cover the tip?" She said, "Yeah, but I'm never gonna date him again." Was she wrong or not?
Discount on bologna.
Told you. $13 for seniors. Look at that.
You can't
All
beat
you
that
can eat.
these days. You can't.
All you can eat. But you
So-
think she was wrong for being mad that he said to cover the tip?
Okay, so all right. We gotta like do math right now. How? Let's just think. Maybe
The tip
he
is
had,
never more than
did
the
he
bill.
have like 40% more than she had? Like. was
Well, I
it-
don't know,
was-
but the tip is never more than the bill anyway.
Right, right.
So
if he paid for the bill, I don't see the problem.
if he told you to get the tip, it doesn't mean you got to give a 20.
It's
10.
still
You can
less.
give $2 a tip.
Right.
A tip is a tip.
It's still less.
It's what you want to put. So
Is she
automatically in
upset
her
because
mind.
she thought she was going to be treated completely?
I think that's probably what she thought.
Would you say, well,
Hey, listen. If you want more than that, especially maybe he already knew the first date was not going nowhere.
right, just
So he's
whatever.
like, I'm not spending
I'm
all
gonna,
this
I'm
money.
gonna enjoy myself.
I'm gonna spend what we ate, call it a day. Because in actual, let's get technical here, ladies. He said, "Do you want to go out for dinner? I'm gonna pay for dinner." He did not say I'm gonna pay for the tip. Tip is not the dinner.
You should be self-sufficient enough to be able to cover both of you, just in case. That's just in case.
No, he covered tip.
I know, but just
She
in
covers
case,
tip, he
don't
covers the
ever
food.
go anywhere, ladies.
I go
not
Dutch on first dates.
Not being able to take care of it.
Exactly. Go Dutch on the first date is always good. But
Because you're sending the wrong message.
if you're gonna pay for a tip, maybe, and then this is the other thing she said. Oh, with the hands. Maybe he was thinking he was gonna test me. You don't test me and see if I'm loyal. And I was like, if you were speaking like
think it
that,
was a test.
maybe it was. Maybe to see how
Games, okay.
But let's
she's
flip it
also
around.
testing.
How many females testing the man on the dinner
Yeah,
date?
everybody, you gotta
It's
feel
called-
each other out.
It's called a date. That's how
Yeah.
you figure things
Getting
out.
to know.
I don't know. If it
So
was
I
a
think
test,
that
he failed.
She needs to go on more dates.
He was getting some
cooch.
out. If he was, then it's full. I'll be paying the $2 tip.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If he was, I didn't say I was gonna pay a whole tip. I
But
don't pay that much.
that's also something. Maybe he was, being friendly.
If my bill is 46 something, you get the something. You know what I mean? Of the change. Like if I give you a 50, you get whatever the change is left. Because when I was young, and I used to go buy stuff for
change.
people. No, when you never did this when you were young. Go buy something for somebody, and then they say keep the change. Wasn't that a tip?
Yeah,
Okay then.
that was for you.
Then keep the change. That's
It
a tip.
adds up. All the runs add up.
There ain't no such thing as I'll pay more when the law comes in, but it's not a law. Okay? So you keep the change, just like they did when I was young. Here, go
No.
buy me a pack of cigarettes
No, they
and a
do
pack
that
of beer.
to you because you're a child. These are grown ass people.
So again, grown ass people that should know better to try to live their life off of tips. You see how that worked? See how that worked?
Oh yeah. Yeah, strippers get the most tips.
No, but strippers, they know what they were getting into. You know you were going to go in there and get hit by coins by me.
Getting a tip,
She's
all right.
always getting a tip. Because strippers, they know when I go in there, just duck because I'm throwing change.
Ugh.
I ain't throwing
I'm gonna
dollars.
throw it right back at your ass.
Hey.
right in the head.
Throw it right
Bang.
back. I'll be with the bucket. Click, 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 click.
I hit him hard, right in the eyeball.
I'll be the one guy. I'll be the one guy throwing the dollar and then be like this.
Oh no! Or throw it, make an origami so you know it's yours.
The boomerang dollar. The boomerang dollar comes right back. Whoop.
Make a little airplane.
No, that's why I don't go to strip
Football.
joints because I'm stingy. And plus, I'm not paying.
Yeah, I used to, but it's like I'm stingy too right now.
Not only that,
What am I paying for?
you getting turned on for what?
I'd rather pay for a little bit more.
If I gotta pay more than $5, we have a problem. Is it still $5 Effie Effie?
No.
It's still
You mean like
$5
the
sucky
dollar
sucky?
bills you throw? It's dollar bills. They throw $5 bills now?
No, whatever they throw. If it's more than $5
No,
and
it's
you
usually
didn't
a dollar bill.
you didn't give me nothing out of it, I can go to the corner, $5 sucky. There's back in the
That's
days.
what I mean.
That's
you
what they
know
used
what
to
you're
say.
getting with sex.
Listen, don't quote me. Don't be going to people in the street talking about LDM said it cost $5.
Yeah, and be careful what you get for that.
It was just a joke back in the days because crack. Yeah, no, because crack cost $5. So they used to give things for crack.
Yeah.
So that's why they say $5.
So however
sucky,
much
sucky.
a nickel of crack is.
Right. So
I guess
that's
how
where
much
the joke comes
a job
from.
is.
You know, $5 more. I give you $5
Inflation.
more.
Inflation.
Yeah, right. $5 more, sucky. So that's where that came from. So for me to give money to a stripper and I'm not getting nothing out of it,
Yeah, just like a little dance.
I can give you a dance. No,
Because
you're not
porn
turning me
is
on for a
readily
while.
available. There's too much readily available at our fingertips, right? You could actually have sex at your tip of your fingers. Boom, I got Tinder,
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Listen.
So nobody wants to pay for that when they could get so much more
Listen.
for less.
Listen.
I mean, some people like it. I'm over it. You know.
Just get start dating, and when you're on your like 4th or 5th date, you strip for her, and then her 5th or 6th, she strip for you, like that, bam. Matter of fact, the first time y'all gonna hit the hay and do the horizontal polka, what you do is you be like, slow that down, girl, and then you put on some music, boom, that's like a strip right there. Just don't throw her the dollar because then she gonna feel cheap, and she might leave. You know what I mean?
Wait till you finish.
Wait till you finish. Then I left you the Uber thing. Don't worry about it. Just give him the change.
Hey, your Uber's waiting outside.
Just give him the change for the tip. Don't
Give him a gift card.
listen. No, but everyone tests people in relationships,
think you
especially in dating.
You should.
I
in the
think you know
beginning.
what it is. The word dating has to change. Maybe
To
since you're
what?
changing everything around.
Figuring it out.
Yeah, like feeling each other. No, you can't say that. You probably get arrested. You know what I'm saying? Feeling each other out.
Feeling each other out.
But
without
that's basic. Getting to know you.
Getting to know
No?
you.
Yeah, talking stage. It's a lot of things. But that's the definition of dating. Getting to know each other, talking, you know. So you paying half and he's paying half. Guess what? There is no loyalty to any of y'all.
Right.
You don't have to
owe
feel
anybody
guilty.
anything.
You don't have to feel
ladies,
guilt.
ladies who are doing that, you don't
Mm-hmm.
owe anybody anything.
Because I'm like, girl, what you want to eat? Anything on the table is good. Oh, I want shrimp. Okay, shrimp.
Wait, and then she whips out her cash wallet at the end.
No, I'm going to be like,
She
scrimp.
pays for you.
Scrimp? You want scrimp? Okay, that's a half an hour of this.
Ugh.
Okay. You want some bread with that? You want bread? Okay, I can give you bread. That's a strip tease, right? What about wine? I think wine goes with that. Oh, okay, that's a stay over. Okay.
I think it's
you
a
know
good,
what I'm saying?
It's a good test in the beginning to see, like, are we gonna go out next time to see, or is she gonna offer to pay? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's a good test.
If not, the waiter gives me my bill and I give her her bill. What's this? Why does it say overnight with breakfast?
They asked you in the beginning.
Overnight with breakfast because you ordered the champagne. You know what I mean? Like.
They asked you in the beginning, do you want a separate tip? Or depending on where you're at, sometimes they don't do that.
No, see, I don't like the waiters that automatically male chauvinist pigs that give me the check first. How do you know if she didn't ask me on a date? You know what I mean?
True.
Come on now. You're going to give me the date, and then you're going to cover it up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Now,
Here you go.
wait, now he's stuck paying the bill.
Like, Damn, I said I was going Dutch. She's like, yeah, you know, you give me the...
You did
Listen.
say you were gonna treat this time, right?
I got to use the bathroom, and I go to the cashier and be like, yo, give us separate checks. And then I come back, you know?
I left my wallet.
Miss, where's yours? Oh, he paid for it right in the cashier already.
He said you were gonna come back and do dishes. You come?
No, but like again, he said tip. She didn't like the test, but you were testing him to see if he was going to pay. So what's wrong? If you're testing him, he can test you.
She didn't like being tested.
That's the problem.
Too bad.
That's the problem.
I'm sure that ended there, right?
Yeah, it might have. You don't know.
Maybe he
It
gave
might
her
have.
some.
Maybe he want to take her to the his house for dinner to tell her that she has to go. I heard this in the LDM show, so I'm gonna ask you for dinner in my
Nah,
house.
you go to her house. Don't let her come to your house because she'd probably be
Oh, no.
crazy enough to do some crazy stuff
That-
and come
that-
back unwelcome.
Okay, now that you bring it up, we got. That's what I'm saying. We got about three
If she comes
minutes.
to your house, she knows where you live, so it's better if you go to her house.
See, so that's when you ask your boy, yo, are you gonna be home later? You know, why? I got
This chicken will bring
crazy Millie over here.
Millie.
Yeah, they was like, wasn't it Susan? No, that was last month. That's
Oh,
you know,
man.
don't even mention her. She here, she come. You know
Nah,
what I
she
mean?
got arrested. but-
Why you think I cut the bushes from in front of my house? I didn't want I didn't want no surprises.
Some people, you never know, you know?
No, thinking about it, when I did date and I did bring him to the house, that was probably the stupidest move to do.
No.
But lucky I didn't
you
have no
trusted
problem.
your gut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There was some that
I
no.
mean, I think it goes both ways. I think for first date, you shouldn't let the date take you home, or you shouldn't go home with the other
Take
guy.
your phone.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
take it home.
if you're home already,
Right. I mean, I've done it.
if you're home already,
And there's been times I've regretted it.
I feel like that's a security risk.
come pick
you
me
know?
up,
Like if
and then
you're
all
a
of a sudden
female-
I
It is a
fall.
security risk.
I fall down the stairs.
But-
Now I can't move.
Even somebody who you've been chilling with for a while could all of a sudden get crazy because that's happened to me too.
Oh wow.
So you never know who you invite in your
I
home.
mean,
When the thing
now,
is good,
now
when the thing is good, it's good. That's what she's trying to say. It
I
was so
mean,
good, he didn't want to leave.
now I think Lydia is not a good judge of character.
Yeah. That didn't I just say a couple of weeks ago? You don't give it good on the first time. You know what I'm saying? You make a couple mistakes where they're gonna be like, I don't know if I want to go
Don't give
back.
them your best.
Yeah, you don't give them their best. You don't give them your best dinners. Nothing.
You got nothing to
You
follow
know?
up?
Burnt maybe a food or two when you ask them for dinner. You know why? Because that brings character. Be like, I was cooking for you and I was doing this and I was doing that and I burnt this a little bit, but I still made this. They're gonna be like, wow, okay. Some people. Damn, I'm just throwing my little single day tricks. These were my single day tricks.
Now we know what happened.
That's why I used to get dates, but right now, I can't do that no more.
Can't.
Can't do that. You know?
You can, but
J Lo is
Like,
still.
I heard
roast-
a sigh of
the what?
like a sadness.
Regret.
in
The
there,
little sadness.
regrets.
Well, I'm just thinking, how J Lo doesn't want to come to the house no more because you're there, things like that. That brings me sad. Salma Hayek was like, you know what? When you
Salma Hayek.
when you taking her out of there,
I'm sick of this, Charles.
I see this,
You don't ever want to see me no more.
right? Now, and then now I heard that this girl's single. The Spanish girl from AGT.
GT.
What's her name?
America's Got Talent.
Sofia Vergara.
And she was looking at the
Oh,
TV talking about,
Sophia.
yes, I'm single and pointing. She was pointing to me.
She sure was. She sure was.
No, but all jokes aside, yeah, know your person before you do. There's certain things, but dating is about testing.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to be tested, don't date.
Don't date.
You know what I mean?
That's
Use
a part
the
of,
date.
It's a part of dating.
Use a date to get to know a person. Use about 4 weeks before you even tell the person to come to your house.
Or because sometimes it depends on how deeply you communicate with that person. Sometimes you communicate with that person for a long, chatting. You know what I mean?
And I
you
mean
get
4
to-
dates. I don't mean I was talking to you on the phone for 4 weeks. Now you can come to my house. No. 4 dates, because you got to see
Over
how
a
they
period of
act.
time, yeah.
How they act outdoors before you bring them indoors.
You do.
So,
How they treat other people, how they treat help.
Yep.
I think
But
that's
again,
important.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for coming. Next week we'll have a good other conversations going on too, and enjoy the heat, and be safe on 4th of July.
Definitely be safe. Make
So-
smart choices.
Yes. See you next week.
All right.
Step into the
I
light
didn't wanna
where
say
the
too much more.
stories glow. The laughter's high and the vibes just flow. Community heartbeats, we're here to
imagine.
show. This is
burning
the
the
rhythm of the LDM show. We bring the news.